Welcome back to the UMass DAX Introduction to R video series. Whether you are a novice R user or an experienced R programmer, you may find yourself needing help. This video provides suggestions for how to easily get the help you need to keep working on your data analysis projects. I will explain using new functions and packages, how to get hints on function options, and troubleshooting errors. First, using new functions and packages. As you get more comfortable with coding, you will start to use new functions and packages that you're not already familiar with. A good starting point to learn about most packages is their GitHub README file, where there's usually some basic information that will help get you started. GitHub is a popular repository where people store code and documentation that you can search for. You will learn more about GitHub in upcoming videos. Another good source of information is what's called the vignette or user guide that's often available in the R-Help window of RStudio, which is located in the bottom right quadrant of RStudio. Finally, and especially for tidyverse packages, you'll find there's often a lot of information online that starts off with some vignette and other information about getting started, as well as extensive references and even news about the package. Shiny is a great example of a package with extensive help files available on the package website. Another example is Patchwork, which has extensive guides here that explain how to use it to lay out different platforms. Next, hints on function options. Once you are familiar with a package, you may just need a little bit of a hint to help you remember what specific options for a function are. In that case, it's pretty straightforward to type the command into the RStudio Hub window. Here, you can find out a lot about the usage of the function itself and details about what each argument option means. Arguments are information that you give a function. Don't worry, you'll learn more about these later. The developers for the RStudio development tool have also made available a number of cheat sheets, documents that you can reference back to for help with different aspects of R. Let's take a look at some of these cheat sheets. These cheat sheets can be accessed at rstudio.com/resources/cheat sheets. One of the first things you'll see on this page is a button to subscribe to cheat sheet updates. We recommend taking this step of subscribing so that you're never out of the loop on some of the ways ours is improving over time. One helpful tip to know is that a number of these cheat sheets correspond to packages in the tidyverse collection that we discussed in the last video. You'll see that the R Markdown cheat sheet outlines a lot of information in a concise, easy-to-read way. Up top, the sheet shows the process for opening an R Markdown file to rendering a shareable document. Underneath, the sheet explains some key elements of opening a file and R Markdown syntax. Finally, troubleshooting errors. Sometimes, you may get an error message in the console window. If you read the message and it doesn't make sense, one option is to create a minimal, reproducible example and post to the R Help channel in the DAX Slack workspace or in your classroom workspace. If you aren't able to create a working example, just try a screenshot and see if someone has a good suggestion. Another option is to cut and paste the error message into a Google or Stack Overflow search window. You may need to make a slight change in order to make the error message more generic. You can see that could not find function is a very common error. And there are lots of potential reasons for why you're getting this error. For example, did you check that the name of your function was written correctly? Did you install the package? If you're not sure which package a function belongs to, you can type it in the help window where you can do a search on different function names. In this case, it turns out the library readxl wasn't loaded, and so I needed to load it. And then whenever I hit run again, it reads the data without a problem. When doing a search on Stack Overflow, you may want to restrict your search to more recent posts to avoid using out-of-date packages or practices. Also, unless the fix suggested is really easy, like just checking your data types or installing a package you forgot, be sure to check out a few suggestions and avoid downloading unusual additional packages or other complicated solutions until you are sure it is the only way to solve your issue. That concludes the lesson for this video. Be sure to pause here and make sure that you can complete this checklist. If you have any trouble, please reach out to the DAX Tutoring Ambassadors. We'll see you in the next video.